Welcome to the Voncast show. As you can tell, it's a different location, different feel, different vibes, nice microphones. Shouts out to Hype Studios, LA, Augie, Nico, uh, Hustle Brand, and there's another dude in here, I forgot his name, but thank y'all so much for having me, Voncast show, on in your studio. It's definitely a cool place. I love the vibes here already. So here, let's get into it. So with a new place to do podcasts, I used to do them at CSUN in the library. You can tell it wasn't the best quality as of in terms of audio, but you got to make do with what you got. I've been doing podcasts there for about almost 2 years. 2017 summer, a little over 2 years, and I've had 80 something. Most of the episodes there where we're in the CSUN. So I want to say shouts out there. It's just that my CSUN ID stopped working because I graduated 3 years ago, and also that means I can't use their computer programs like Final Cut Pro and all that to export stuff. So it's been transition, but hoping to be here from here on out and doing podcasts, So let's get into it. Today, solo person, solo podcast. I'm feeling like Joe Budden without his co-host. Let's see, who was it? It was, it's just so weird hearing myself talk, but okay, I'm gonna stop. Today, I'm going to be talking about different things. Obviously, I think I have to address the ongoing coronavirus, which I'll do a little bit later. But let's see. I want to talk to you today, audience, about how we talk to ourselves in our head, right? I think it's they call self-compassion, right? We can be so kind to others. We can be, so kind to others in terms of giving other people words of encouragement, positive vibes, energy, positive talking, pep talks. Hey, you can do this. You can try better. You can try again next time. It's all good. It's not, it's not over. We learn from our mistakes, right? I'm pretty sure we've all told our friends this, relatives, family members that are going through tough times. I think it's only right. And hope if you say it, you're sincere about it, and, it's good, right? It's good that we help out our loved ones through hard times and give them encouragement when they need it. Sometimes they're scared to step out of their comfort zone, and you give them a push like, hey, you can do this, come on, that kind of stuff. But how often, right? How often do we give that kind of self-love or that love and encouragement to ourselves, right? We make a mistake in life or work, whatever. How often do we kind of tell ourselves that same thing, but in a kind way? I feel like a lot of times we don't. When we make mistakes, like, oh, I'm fucking stupid, like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with me, or something of that variation where it's negative, right? I mean, sure, it's not bad to tell yourself, hey, I messed up, I fucked up, I can do better next time kind of thing. But if we just keep repeating over and over that negative talk in our head, right? And you and I both know we can't stop thoughts in our head. It's literally impossible. I think it's why a lot of people, like myself, tend to sometimes drink or, get loaded, get high, as a solution to quiet that voice in our head. I feel like, sometimes it's easier to be aware of it than other times. That we're going down this, or we're recycling this negative loop of just negative self-talk to ourselves, and I think after a while, whether it be a day, half a day, a week, month, a year, years, maybe half our lives or most of our lives, we tell ourselves that we're not, worthy, or we can't do this, we can't do that, uh, we're a screw up, we're a fuck up. That takes a toll on us. It's taking a toll on me. There's a lot of things, I think we all go through, but I think that voice in our head, that negative voice, I think it's normal, but I think it's good to be aware and conscious of when it's, it keeps going. And I think more than ever, we have to be aware of these things, because I feel like that's where a lot of our issues come from. Obviously, I'm not discounting external circumstances or situations that happen in our lives that are traumatic. Those are unfortunate situations that we go through. But it's that constant, repetitive, negative talk in our head that we talk about to ourselves. I think it's also a big issue with all this, and I think that I don't know, we got to learn how to be more aware of it and how to kind of process it. Something like that, that's self-ingrained, that negative talk won't happen overnight, no matter how much of a positive mental attitude you have. And I'm not knocking positive mental attitude. I think with that kind of stuff, you have to practice constant self-love and self-compassion, that you can mess up. It's okay to mess up. For people that are dealing with substance issues or addiction issues, whether it be through drugs or food or whatever, I think, if you relapse or mess up or eat donuts when you're not supposed to, go off your diet a little bit, I think we need to, or I think it's good. How do I say? I think it doesn't hurt if we're more compassionate to ourselves. Not saying that we can slack off and stuff. I think it's good that we are aware of something negative that we did, but I don't necessarily see a point in beating ourselves up for something that you messed up on. So that's one thing. We got to practice that to ourselves. How can we tell other people it's okay, it's all good, get back up, you're not this, you're not that, when we can't do that to ourselves. I think that something we can all work on, right? So I'm just tripping out with the noise. With the vocals and the sound, it sounds so good. Another thing too, right now is we are in the midst of the coronavirus, COVID-19, right? It's a lot to handle. This is something that's hasn't really happened, I don't think, in a while. With the SARS and the avian bird flu, the MERS, and all of that, I don't think it got to this level. And I'm not here to regurgitate, how do you say that? I'm not here to regurgitate all the negative things and fear-mongering you hear, because you already hear it so much. I want to talk about what we can do, what we can do in these difficult times, right? I purposely have been taking a step back from consuming social media. I don't really watch the news because I feel that while it is informative, it just makes you more scared to go out your door. So maybe It's not always so bad, but it just makes me feel really fearful, more fearful than I should. With that said, the coronavirus, I do admit I might have like kind of downplayed, oh, it's whatever, like it'll go away, but it won't for a while. It seems like it'll be here for 3 to 4 months, a few months maybe. And I'm deciding like I'm not going to, well, I'm going to be safe about it, right? I mean, I think we all have to be mindful of how, of interacting in large public spaces, right? I mean, the masks obviously don't work. I mean, if you have one, I guess use one. It's just unfortunate that there is a big shortage, and a lot of it is due to people panicking and overbuying, hoarding face masks, and we don't realize, or what they may not realize, in that panic state, that people that really need these masks are people in the healthcare industry, right? Like nurses, doctors, and whatnot. I work in a similar situation where we need masks to do our work, and we have to ration now how many we use per day, so we don't get shut down. And also another thing, so yeah, to me, it's just really about limiting how much I'm on social media. Sure, I'm talking to people in DMs and text messages here and there, but to constantly scroll through your timeline, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat has stories about it, over long periods of time, because let's admit it, most of us were consumed by social media already. And it's essentially become the news, right? You hear about breakouts, incidences here, attacks on individuals based on their ethnicity there, that kind of stuff. And you consume so much of it, it just, again, replays in our head. And I think a lot of it is what replays in our head tends to, if we let it get to us, becomes like our dominant thought and how we feel. Heightened sense of anxiety, fear, paranoia. And I'm not here to say that we can brush off the coronavirus, right? I think we need to, from what is being said by professionals, experts, is we need to approach this, in a way that we're wary and we're cautious of how we go about our lives, limiting social interaction, big large crowds, constantly washing hands when we can, disinfecting with sanitizer, limit sharing food, kind of thing. That stuff, the physical health stuff, that's there. I think similar to how we, what was that? Similar to how we kind of prevent flus from spreading, but this is obviously a different magnitude level, which I don't really want to get into because I don't have all the facts on that level with the numbers and whatnot. But from what we can gather so far, it seems like it is targeting the older demographic in our society, right? It's also targeting people who may have compromised immune systems. So where we may not always feel like we're going to catch the coronavirus, we may have it in us and it might pass it on to someone who has a more compromised immune system and whatnot. So it's something to be wary of, right? So there's that. It just sucks that some people want to blame it on Asians and attack Asians, which is, it's scary, like, it's just, I was up, it's like 2 a.m. this morning, and, I wake up early at work, for work anyways, but I'm not working today. I'm here. And to me, I'm supposed to meet up with a friend in SGV, but decided not to. We decided she'll just drive up here. I take the public transportation to get around in big places or Uber. And I was just like replaying the scenario in my head, like, damn, what if I get harassed or called out or attacked by ignorant, scared people in public, in the train or bus, or whatever. And I'm trying to think in my head, like, okay, is this thought rational, irrational, and whatnot? I pretty much thought to myself, well, it's pretty irrational, but again, social media, you see on the news. And not to say that it's, not to ignore those things that are happening. It can happen. But again, this paranoia, this fear, a lot of it does come from media. Again, it's like a double-edged sword, right? I think it's great to be informed of these events occurring, people being attacked, information about the virus or just anything in the world. At the same time, it comes to a point where we sometimes consume too much and it just really eats at us. When sometimes it should, right? I mean, these are scary times, and some of these events are scary and we can relate to. So, it's a double-edged sword kind of thing, I wasn't expecting to really go too much into this topic, but since it's coming up and, it's been on my head, it's been on my mind more now, season closed, the college near us, and, businesses are suffering. I hear a lot of Asian businesses, like Chinese restaurants, are suffering and whatnot, which is, I guess it's fine, but Italy has a large concentration of people with coronavirus, so what's going on there? Do we ban Italian food? Are we, attacking Italians? Hope not, but it's just something, it's interesting. I don't really agree with that at all. I don't agree with how the media kind of put an Asian face and Asian cities with coronavirus, which, sure, it started in Wuhan, but you start putting a face to, or an ethnicity to a disease, and people who may not be as socially aware or conscious, or just super scared, will associate Asians with coronavirus. And it's like half of these fucking people can't even tell the difference from Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Filipino, Vietnamese, whatever. So that's my take on that. So yeah, how can we deal with this stuff? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I thought to myself, damn, after this, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna get high as fuck. And I thought to myself, well, I suppose you could. I mean, I wouldn't blame myself with everything that's going on, but I feel like it'd be me trying to escape this current feeling. Current feeling I have, which is anxiety. I'm surprised I'm doing this podcast so well, because I'd be fucking stuttering. I'm this anxious, Anxiety, this fear, trying to sit with it and accept it. It's something that I've been learning to do through guided meditation. I caught the Calm app at $60 for a year. Sounds pricey, but honestly, it's been helping me out. I get work anxiety, and doing some breathing exercises and learning to be mindful, doing some meditation stuff, it's helping out a lot. For me, meditation, for the longest time, I thought that it's supposed to kind of make my problems go away. It's supposed to get me into a state of some sort of state where I'm just like completely calm, completely, able to function and focus. And the more I'm learning and reading and practicing this, it's not so much that I'm trying to achieve a state of like happiness, bliss. It's more of me being aware of my emotions and how I'm feeling and how it's kind of impacting my decisions in life and my thoughts. Right? Like, I think meditation for me lately has just been, okay, I can acknowledge, I've become more aware that I am going through like negative emotions. And for the longest time, I tried to escape those, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to? Who wants to feel sad, frustrated, angry, depressed? They're not pleasant feelings, right? Again, it's why I think many of us, like myself, reasonably, don't blame anyone, don't blame myself for wanting to enter a different mindset where these feelings are repressed, kind of you numb it out, right? Only sucky part is you have to really get back to reality once it wears off. Now, like, I'm not against anyone doing drugs or drinking, as you do what you do. It's just a realization for me. I wish I could smoke weed and like enjoy it. Honestly, it sounds so calming and peaceful. It's just when I smoke weed, I get paranoid. First, I laugh a lot. I can't stop laughing. Then I get paranoid, and I always tell my friends that consume cannabis this, and you're like, oh, you just gotta like keep smoking. I'm like, well, how much longer do I have to keep smoking? I'm told that eventually you kind of get over it, right? I just I don't know. Don't really want to try. But shouts out to y'all. But yeah, back to the emotion thing. The meditation is just, okay, like I am feeling this like negative emotion, and I think it's helping me to become aware, one, and to accept it, right? I mean, we're all humans. I think when I was younger, I was just super into The Secret and PMA, which I have nothing against, but it just focused so much on the positive that I didn't want to accept that I was feeling bad. I was feeling sad or upset or these negative situations, things rising from trauma in my past, that kind of stuff, triggers, right? You want to escape it, not think about it. I think the more we try to resist a certain emotion as opposed to accepting it, that's when it becomes really difficult, for me at least, right? That's when it becomes more of a problem than it is. Not to say that, relish in being sad. I mean, it sucks. Oh, sorry, right? It's burp. There's, people exercise or meditate or do, hobbies that help them with that, with what they're going through. Therapy. I'm still trying to go to therapy. I've been meaning to go. Just, man, I got taxes coming up. Got to pay that off. It's the first time I have to pay taxes. I guess it's like, doing better, stepped up from retail. But shouts out retail. For those working in retail industry and customer service industry, I gotta give y'all applaud, pat in the back, respect, because you gotta deal with, oftentimes I want to say you deal with nice people, courteous, kind, patient, but then once in a while you get those really unruly, self-entitled customers, especially during the holidays, and you gotta learn how to deal with that in a professional manner. So shout out to y'all. I think it helps. It's ironic. I feel like I was super social in my early 20s, and as I got older, I'm becoming less inclined to meet new people unless it's in the form of networking or I meet you through a friend of a friend kind of thing. So, yeah, with that said, I mean, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, meditation and like that kind of stuff. Back to that. Yeah, so I think that, you got to accept that emotion, and it's hard. It's hard to sit with that uncomfortable feeling to accept it. I mean, I'm not perfect. I still use methods that may not be the healthiest to cope, but it's coping, right? It helps for the meantime. I'll deal with that shit later kind of thing. And for those using, amen, just all I ask for people who use, substances is harm reduction. I've spoken about it before, but just be wary, especially with the coronavirus. Man, if you're putting shit up your nose, if you're doing coke, snorting Molly or snorting whatever, I'm not holding that against you. All I ask is kind of be more mindful about it, Actually, I'm going to read something I saw online about that. Okay, worried about coronavirus. Viruses and bacteria can be spread when people take drugs with unclean or shared equipment. To help prevent the spread, good hygiene practices are essential. Snorting drugs, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds before and after you handle, prepare, or take drugs. Clean surfaces with alcohol wipes before preparing drugs. Crush substances down as fine as possible before use to reduce soft tissue abrasions. Cuts can increase the likelihood of disease transmission. Avoid sharing all paraphernalia, including snorting tools. Use color-coded straws so you don't get mixed up. Personally, hypothetically, use tampons, the Tampax thingies, the straw, the applicator. I know it sounds gross, but they're sanitary. You can reuse them and they don't cut your nose up. I learned that from a friend, hypothetically. Avoid using notes or keys which can harbor viruses and bacteria. Use a clean straw, Post-it, or a piece of paper and bin it after use. Always carry condoms and use them if needed. So, there's some snorting drugs facts for y'all. Shout out to the people ingesting the drugs through their nose. Also, I think y'all gotta get up on neti pot. It sounds so weird, right? I use neti pot, right, to clean my nose and for other reasons back then. It's so funny how a lot of my friends, even I was like this at first too. I would be like, yeah, I'll put drugs up my nose, hypothetically. But then someone suggests neti pot. Oh, that sounds kind of weird. I don't want to put water up my nose. Thinking back, taking a step back, that sounds so hypocritical. It does feel weird, but it's like a good weird. It's like you just breathe through your mouth while you put the thing up your nose, and let the water clean out your nose. So, yeah. I think again back to it, like learning how to sit with that emotion, because when you sit with strong negative emotions like that, just like I'm thinking right now, I'm tending to have more shallow breathing, and I'm thinking of ways to, get away from it. Use your imagination. And sitting with that, it's not always easy and I'm sitting in a room alone to myself. It's calming. But having these thoughts while you're doing work, school, it's tough. So, that said, just do your best. You know, self care is coming up a lot. You've probably seen it often a lot in social media and it's being capitalized and whatnot. I think with self care, you don't have to pamper yourself, which is, don't get me wrong, it seems nice. It's pricey, expensive. Some self care could be, you know, maybe reducing substance use, right? It's not always easy. It's when you can, because as I've learned and you might learn, that the longer you use a substance, the longer the withdrawal come down period is. It's like, it's so easy right now, but damn, it's like you're chasing this high. You're chasing this high and you don't want it to end, right? I mean, eventually it does when you run out. You know, you have chances to stop beforehand. Like, all right, one more hit or one more pill, I'm done. You know, I gotta rest. But then you're like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go ham right now. I'm gonna fucking just take another one, whatever. Put on your favorite song. I'm laughing because like I'm low key just talking about what I do, you know. So, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna try something real quick. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm FaceTiming someone right now. See if they answer. I guess not. Hey,
Hi,
hey, you know what?
what's up?
I'm on a podcast right now.
Oh, okay.
How's it going?
I'm good.
I'm talking to my friend Carlotta. She does tattoos.
Oh my gosh, you should have warned me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can talk to you later if you want.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry. My
I
bad.
was literally getting ready to go to work.
Oh, cool.
I
Hey,
wasn't feeling well, but okay. Hi.
I just want to say, hey, you're free from Facebook jail tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And also to your Friday 13th special at your shop, right?
Yeah.
Where's your shop at? What is it called?
I work at Bad Influence Tattoo. It's on Bishard and Heil, and people are gonna start lining up from 11 to probably 1 or 2. I don't know, but they're gonna call all day, and
Okay.
we reached 130 people last time, so
Wow.
if you're gonna come, you better be early.
Yeah. So Friday 13th, wherever you go, get there early. If you're in the OC area, go to
Bad Influence Tattoo.
Bad Influence Tattoo. Get tattooed by Carlotta. I just want to say hi. And tomorrow you're out of
Yeah.
Facebook jail.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later, but I should have warned you.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Have a good day at work. Take care.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry. I just want to try that and see what happens when I do the FaceTime on these things. But, anyways, yeah, it's heavy topics today. You know, hoping that we'll get through this. You know, we will. It's easier said than done, I think, right now because, you know, my job necessarily may not be on the line as much, but you know, fuck, if we run out of face masks, it'll be shitty. So, to those that are going through it right now because of the coronavirus, whether you may be infected or know someone who's infected, sick from this, or you're facing or have faced racism, harassment of any type because you're Asian or, you know, you're coughing, shouts out to you, positive vibes to you. I acknowledge y'all. For the people whose jobs, careers, businesses are on the line and have been negatively affected with the coronavirus, my thoughts go out to you too. Sending positive vibes. I'm thinking of y'all. I may not know you, but if you listen to this and whatnot, do your best. These are tough times, and hey, man, if you want to if you want to let loose a little bit, fuck, shit, man, I'm gonna stop you. Just be safe about it if you can. I mean, I guess it depends on how, the level of your substances. If you're trying to detox and stay clean, or you and yourself in a bad situation, damn, do your best to stay clean or whatever. But with that said, I mean, we're all human, make mistakes. I think, reeling back to my earlier point, that if and when we make mistakes, let's, if possible, when it's possible, try to be more kind to yourself. If you believe in religion or Christianity, how come Jesus will forgive you, but you won't forgive yourself? Think about it. Yeah, it sucks. I'm supposed to see a friend in Michigan, a couple of friends. I won't say their names, but you can listen to this. Hello, how's it going? Supposed to see them, but because of all the shit that's going on, gonna have to postpone it. My trip to the Midwest. So shout out to y'all. I think we can also try to eat healthier. Fuck, who am I kidding? I had a fucking pizza a couple nights ago. I had cookie butter and like apples today for breakfast. But I had a green smoothie. Yeah, so I think eating healthier, I guess, eating more plants and veggies, it could help. Whatever, get the rest that we need. I understand not everyone can sleep for 8 hours. Some people are... What the fuck? Some people are insomniacs or can't sleep much, and I think that there's a pressure for them where if they don't sleep for 8 hours, they're not sleep well. Just rest as much as you can, meditate, whatever. Take vitamins, supplements. If you're on that Euro trip, what I'm talking about, 5-HTP, Yeah. With that said, I think I covered. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Hold on. I think I FaceTimed someone by accident. But shouts out to the people making their money on OnlyFans. Shouts out to the premium snaps people, ManyVids, Chatterbait. I see y'all. I find it funny. It's interesting how, like, people don't see this as like a viable thing. I hate the shame that comes with it. Like, if you want to promote your body in that sense and make money out of it, you shouldn't shame someone for that. They make money out of it. It's a living. It's like, honestly, being very honest, I won't fuck with your music, but I'm gonna get a monthly subscription to Homegirl's OnlyFans. Honestly, like I just, yeah, I just said it. That's not directed to anyone. It's just like, honestly, I'm gonna buy a fucking. I'm gonna cop some nudes before I cop some music. I mean, I stream music, so it's just being me and being very real, being very honest. Again, I support all the musicians out there and the artists and producers doing it. It's what it is. Like, I don't know. To me, I depending who it is, it's like when you tell someone to check out your music, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like you already do that by going online and posting your music, right? If someone likes your music, they're going to check it out. If you make a good promotion for it, whether it be Instagram, whether it be a cool picture or a video. I mean, you can put video and picture. You do that. It's extra to me that you gotta DM somebody. Hey, yo, I haven't spoken to you in a long time, but check out my music. I don't know. I mean, I'll listen. I'll give it a listen. Not being fair, but then again, it's like I don't really ask other people to check out my music. I think I hope that they just check it on their own. You know, I feel it's almost like redundant. Like, you know, sometimes I get this. Oh, I got a DM. I wonder from this girl I'm talking to. You know, like, or this girl I have a crush on. I see my Instagram. I see the paper plane light up, and I click it, and it's a music promotion. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Or I see a Facebook comment. Oh, I got a bunch of comments on Facebook. I wonder what it is. Oh, what's a music promotion? Oh. But again, you know, people get their music out there, you know, one way or another. Just because I don't like someone's music doesn't mean I don't like them. I support all the artists in the sense that you got, you know, do your thing. Even if I may not like a person's music. Again, this is not directed towards anyone. It's just in general how I feel when, you know, imagine if people keep checking, hey, check out my music, check out my music, check out my music. It's like, I don't, personally for me, I don't find that very engaging. I feel like in that sense, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it for me. I think if it's just done in a tacky manner, it's just annoying to me. Because like, yo, there's a couple of people I tell to check out my music, but they tell me to tell them to check out, wait, how do I say this? I say that I tell people to check out, I tell certain people to check out my music, like text them or DM them because they tell me, hey, when you have new music, tell me, because they're not on social media so much. That I think is fine, and are posting it on your Facebook, that's cool. But I see it in trend, and I'm glad it died down, that people fucking tag you on Facebook posts to check out their music. It's like, yo, come on, man. Come on. But it's died down. That happened like a few years ago. Once or twice is cool, but it's like you tagging 99 people and I see the fucking everything. It's just annoying. But we live and learn. I don't, yeah, you know, so if you feel a way about that, I'm sorry. It was not intended to hurt anyone, and if it makes you feel better, don't check out my music, you know. But how do we start in this shit? I'm starting to rant now, but yeah, you know, shouts out to the OnlyFans, the chatterbaits, the premium snaps, you know, keeping my morale up, kind of thing. I respect y'all, and I support y'all. Shout out to, I'm gonna do a shout out. She told me I could. Where is it? Homegirl with OnlyFans. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna get back to you on that. I'm gonna ask her, if I can shout her out in the podcast first. But shout out to y'all. And that, I think, concludes this one person podcast guest. You know, I'm still trying these out. We're just by myself. You know, I tell everyone that it's guest based, but you know, I'm trying to venture out because I can't always get guests, and I need to be interesting on my own. So I hope you enjoy this. Shouts out to Hype Studios again. This is great. I like the space. And actually, I'll be back tomorrow. I got a special guest. It's actually a longtime friend. It's someone who's been on the show a few times. But, yeah, man. I'm just chilling and doing some Instagram, social media stuff right now. So, yeah. With that said, hope you'll have a good one. You know, um, stay safe out there, however that means for you. Whether it means uh, staying away from large public spaces, whether it means being more socially conscious and being more mentally aware of what you ingest in the media. It's not just the food we ingest that's bad for you. It can be the excess amount of social media or media in general we ingest. It can be muting certain accounts or muting certain people that keep spewing out shit that it's like fear mongering. It can be that. It can be you, getting a good night's sleep, whatever. So that said, hope you'll have a good one. I hope that take care of yourselves. Be kind. I think a big thing is being kind. Someone in public coughing and sick may not have the virus, and they already may feel bad already. You don't got to give them rude stares. You don't got to harass them or anything. If you feel uncomfortable, like move away or something. But you don't have to give them snide looks or just give them bad vibes, because they already feel it. Trust me. Like, if someone's sick in public with this climate, they already feel bad enough. Maybe this is how they go to work. Maybe they have no other choice but to take public transportation. So, with that said, let's practice compassion for ourselves and compassion for others. This is the Voncast show. Ooh, it's that ASMR voice and shit, huh? I'm fucking with y'all. Have a good one.